Cup run and getting the result that we did at the San Siro through Stevie Perryman.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, winning the Cup with Wolves. Great read. Pick up a copy if you can, and it will certainly enlighten you on Spurs 40-odd years ago and what it was like being with the team day in, day out. And different era, but a great read. And I guess next week we'll be talking about another book. What's
Go
that,
on then,
Ken?
Go on then.
The Ghost of White Hart Lane. I cannot wait. Next week, guys, we are going to have not only the Spurs poet, Davey Elder, on. Everybody follows him that's a Spurs fan, either on Facebook, Twitter, or both. And if you're not, you should be, because his work is very, very well done. But we're also going to have Rob White on, who co-wrote The Ghost with Julie Welsh, the story of his father, John White. And I am in probably halfway through the second time that I've read this book, and I can't get through the first chapter without bawling like a baby. So very much worth a read. If you have not picked up this book as well, please do that, along with The Glory Game. And there are many others out there that we will talk about on this show. So start getting some shelf space ready for your Spurs collection of books. Love it.
Awesome. Can't wait for that.
Twitter Q&A. Keith Nicholson, one of our fans out there on Twitterverse.
Go on, Keithy.
Yeah, he wants to know about the captaincy, or co-captaincy with Kabul, Addy, Larice, and he wants to know who else is there. And we kind of touched on this last week a little bit when I kind of, we love Larice, but no one wants to have their keeper be the captain. And I kind of posed the question to you two, is the captain of this team currently on the squad? And I think both of you said no. So is it maybe one day Fazio? Is it one day maybe Stambouli, or maybe even Bentaleb? But I don't see that happening in the next even 2 years. So who out there, we're not getting Morgan Schneiderlin, so who do you bring in? Or do you just let Larice ride this thing for as long as you can keep him in the squad? And I pray that's for the full 5 years of his contract. Who else is there? I don't see it.
No, I think the only other guy that's currently on the team would be Vertonghen.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
Yep. Maybe Eric Dyer one day, as Dame Julie said. Yeah. Well, that was a strong statement by her, right? That she
next Bobby Moore.
Yeah. Wow. Well, Daniel was very quiet when she said that, right?
As she said while she was slipping into her Benji Stambouli pajamas.
Yeah, that's right.
No, she borrowed them off of Sam.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
I did her for that show.
I guess from a captaincy standpoint, just to answer Keith, I think for now it's either going to be Larice or Vertonghen. I don't think it can be Addy anymore. I really don't think it can be Kabul.
But I don't think he's going to change it before.
I don't.
Yeah. Well,
it is what it is.
It had to be this week. Everyone's all irate about it, but that's the way it was. That's how it was set. You don't change that. Yeah. Mid stride in the season. I mean, unless he's deserving of it and he's playing. So if he's deserving of playing,
I guess the only reason it may change, because Kabul is the club captain, if we traded him. Or did I just say the word trade? Transferred him.
Welcome to America.
I've been here too long. God. And I don't know if we will, but he's clearly not. He's not in the starters' plans. Certainly not in the Premier League.
No.
We saw full well why yesterday.
Yeah, I think he's barely part of the Cup or even the Europa League plans at this point.
So it's kind of baffling that he was made club captain in the first place.
Yeah. Well, again, Pochettino learning the players. He's got to name somebody at some point.
If he left, then somebody else has to be the club captain, and then obviously you got all your vice captains.
Yep. So Davey Elder, Spurs poet. We mentioned him a little bit earlier. His Steve Perryman event. June 19th, 7:45 p.m. For more information on that, look up the Spurs Poet on Twitter. He has the flyers out there. Spurs Poet on. I don't know if he has a Facebook. He has a Facebook page for the Spurs Poet.
He does.
And you can find the information if you're in and around the United Kingdom around the middle of June 2015. Please try to make that event. I think there are a few tickets remaining.
And it is in Ireland.
It's
not
over
Ireland. Here.
Yeah, that's true. Thank you for correcting me. So again, next week, Davey and Rob on our North London Derby preview. If you think I dropped an F-bomb today,
Oh, yes.
Wait till I talk about
yes
those guys.
Yes.
Davey did make a point of saying he hates the Gooners as much as any other Spurs fan, so it will be a fiery episode, no doubt.
Yep, and I don't care if it goes 2 hours. That's going to be a fun one. I want to give a special shout-out also to the Spurs show. They reached out to me, just some casual conversation that we were having, and invited at Hotspur America to show up for the May 17th recording of their show. That is a massive show. They are one of the reasons why I decided to go ahead and try to do this thing, and I'm so happy that I have you two on to share this experience with now. I think that the chemistry is wonderful. I appreciate both of you, not only as podcast co-hosts, but as friends and gentlemen outside of this venue, and I couldn't ask for a better bunch to do this with. I hope that the both of you can make it over there in May with me.
I thought you were getting ready. I thought you were getting ready to say, but sorry, you can't come with me.
Sit out in the car. I'll be back in a minute. So anyway, that's going to happen in May. I'm honestly, guys, I did this just because I wanted to have a little bit of a voice, and I talked about last week. It's just my kind of little perverse way of being a part of the club, but it's actually turning into something kind of cool. So I really appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. Our faithful listeners that have been with us even before we were a podcast, when it was just a glint in my eye and just something I wanted to do, starting about midway through last term. And it went all the way through the summer. Launched the podcast right in the middle of the transfer window in the summer, and it's been a progression of success ever since.
Duddy, get me a tissue.
Get a tissue.
A glint in my eye. Oh.
It's what? Yeah, it is. It's my baby.
That's so great.
We're growing by about 15 to 20 Twitter followers a day. We lose one or two here and there. Some people, just they want constant news and information, and I'm not that. But I do give out some pretty positive stuff here and there, and we are picking up listeners, and we are picking up friends of listeners and people who follow. So I appreciate that. Dozens of downloads every day off of iTunes and off of the Spreaker site. Keep growing the show, guys. I can't thank you enough. You are the reason we are here. We want to give you our insight from this side of the world. And for those of you that are with us on this side of the world, please continue to hit us up on Twitter. Ask us all the questions you want. You can email us at hotspuramerica@gmail.com. Tell me your story. I'd love to read it, how you became a Spurs fan.
Yes.
It's kind of chronicled what I did to become a Spurs fan, and I love hearing all the stories. So please send those on.
Yep, you will not be blocked. That I can assure you.
Yep.
Did you just say blocked?
No, anyway, moving on. What else we got? Well, and listen, echoing your sentiments, and thank you for dragging us along with you. It's we're having a blast. Shout outs, anything like that. I got one quick one. Can I please?
Yeah, go.
This guy's at Spurs_fanatical. So again, at Spurs_fanatical. Wow, what a site this guy has. I stumbled upon it the other day. I think he covered this like by the next morning. He did this incredible review. It's www.spursfanatic.com. It's his own personal blog. It's called Spurs Fanatic, and it's fantastic. And go click on his last two stories. He did Spurs 1-0 Sheffield United, did a full analysis that was outstanding. And then he did 5 keys to Spurs versus Leicester before the Leicester match. And this guy's really, really good. He's definitely in my rotation. And then another quick shout out for Jeff May. He just did the kindest. I'll let you guys borrow this. Actually, I guess we'll let Kenny borrow it. But he gave me one of. He sent me Lily White and Blue, and I'm almost afraid to. I almost don't even want to open it, Chairman, because it's just such a beautiful book, and it's so well done. I just kind of marginally open it and sort of peek inside. But we're gonna have him on, and we're gonna find. We're gonna have a great show with him. He's a super interesting guy. So I think he's. Just go look him up on Twitter. Jeff May. She's the only guy. He's a great guy. So thank you.
Got a little bit of a reach out this week from Adam Richmond. So I'm working on trying to get him on the show sometime after the Super Bowl. So hopefully within the next month or two.
Is he going to Is he going to the Derby?
Did he say? He didn't say. I don't know. I don't know what his plans are.
All right.
Very appreciative
of
the offer that we extended to him about going with you. And and whatnot. But yeah,
I have a Benji Stambouli like crush on him too. I really do. Man crush.
Adam's a cool guy, man.
Yeah, he seems that way, doesn't he?
Yeah, from the same part of the world that my kin are from up there in New York. So, but I don't know. Anybody got anything else?
Chairman, you got anything?
Yeah, I got no shout outs. Well, I guess I do. It's a bit cheesy, but I want to shout out to @Spurs Official because they finally retweeted one of my tweets that they mentioned, and that was quite healthy for giving us some exposure at Dallas Spurs. So, well done to our parent club.
Brilliant. Well, hopefully they will let us fly the flag at the Derby in a few weeks. We'll talk about that next week.
So are you'll be down the boozer next Saturday, even if we're at Staggering Irishman, Sam?
Yep. Saturday game. I will be there. Yep.
6 a.m. right?
No, it's 9.
Oh, 9. Thank.
Oh, is it? Okay.
So we can do the flag handoff at that point.
Good.
All right, brilliant. We'll talk about that on next week's show. So we're good? Kenny? Get in there, son!
I am. May as well go for 13. I've already hit a dozen. I am fucking in there. And for the rest of you guys, be kind to one another. Unless that other guy's wearing red.
Wankers.